Craniologie are the educators located over in Vail, and joining me this morning is head educator Minishred, as well as Eric. Good morning. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Nice little frosty day out there.
Yeah, we were just talking about how chilly it is out this morning. We've got something happening this afternoon, probably a little mix of rain and snow, and then clearing out of the area. But it's nice to start having these cold temperatures so they can make snow.
Yep, exactly.
And a little bit of dusting, so we start thinking, okay, we've got 22 days now, and we need to start really getting a nice layer. So one of the things we were talking about is you brought a really nice helmet here, and we were going to talk helmets and when people know it's time to get a new helmet.
Yeah, I would say that's the most prominent question that we get from almost everybody that walks in the store is, well, I've had this helmet for a few years. How exactly do I know if I need a new one? And really, so there's a few things to know about what makes a helmet safe. So primarily, it's made on the inside of a material that's really similar to a styrofoam cup. It's going to be really hard with that MIP system in there. So what that means, if you're familiar with the styrofoam cup, it looks like a bunch of little balls compressed together. And if you've ever left a styrofoam cup from, we'll say, Sonic, I know they've got them. You get your Sonic little milkshakes, and you leave it in the cup holder of your car for a couple weeks, it burns through. So you lift up the cup and the bottom falls out. So the thing about this material is that humidity or moisture will cause it to degrade, as well as UV rays. So if you're like just leaving your helmet on the porch all summer and it's upside down and you're exposing the EPS foam, that's going to degrade it. If you live in a humid climate and it's sitting in a humid basement, that's going to degrade it. The general rule of thumb, between 3 to 5 years, you want to replace the helmet because the foam will degrade to the point where, upon impact, it will just shatter and crush. No good.
Yeah, and then you have basically no protection.
Exactly. It's just like putting a shell of candy around your head.
Yeah.
Which sounds delicious, but shouldn't do that.
Well, with your kids, their heads are growing so fast, you just have to get them a new one. But for grown-ups, when your head stops growing, and you just keep using the same helmet year after year. So this is really important to know.
Yep, exactly. And if you've had a serious crash, sometimes you'll get denting on the outside of the helmet, which could be just superficial. What you want to do is inspect the inside, that EPS foam, and check for any dents or cracks in that. That's how you know that it's time for a new helmet if you've had a crash.
Okay. Great.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. And plus, it seems like they add all kinds of new features. Like, if you just have a plain old helmet, like mine doesn't have this venting system or anything like that.
No, every year there's new technologies being put into the helmet goggle market. It's actually been the fastest growing winter sports market for about 8 years now. So that means the brands have more money to invest into R&D and make them lighter weight, yet still stronger, with tactical venting that's just been tuned to suck air into the helmets. The anti-concussion systems that are going into the helmet, some of them have a multi-impact foam. We've got these rad magnetic chin straps now.
And that's one of the things you fumble with when you're out there and it's cold and you've got your big gloves on. So that makes it easier to put it on. Some people forget. Sometimes I forget, and the people on the lift have to tell me, hey, you get your chin strap.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and it's hard to believe that just a few years ago, few people wore helmets. I mean, you watch an old Warren Miller movie and people had sunglasses on and a headband, and that was it.
Yeah, I don't know how they did that. My eyes would burn apart with sunglasses on.
Well, Eric, thank you so much for coming in. We didn't get to the goggles. We'll talk about them next week.
I'm here all the time. It's okay.
All right, thank you so much for coming by. That was Eric Minishred of Craniologie. You can find him in Vail. Well, stay tuned. We've got a little bit more Good Morning Vail coming your way.